is the South Atlantic Conference Baseball Tournament Championship. 8 teams. Five days. One champion. From Smokies Stadium in Tennessee, this is the SAC Baseball Tournament.
Greetings, salutations, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Smokies Stadium for Game 4 of the 2022 South Atlantic Conference Baseball Championships. It's the 5th-seeded Catawba College Catawba Indians running up against the 2nd-seeded Newberry Wolves. Catawba beat Mars Hill in walk-off fashion on a failed pickoff attempt in a play-in game last night in 10 innings to get the 2nd-seeded Newberry Wolves, who are one of the best small ball teams in the country. The Wingate Bulldogs are already into the winner's bracket, while Newberry and Catawba, the winner of this one, awaits the winner of Queens and Lenore Ryan in the nightcap. The loser will play Carson-Newman tomorrow at 11 a.m. Newberry turns to Ethan LeBron on the bump, while Catawba trots out Levi Perrell, Luke Spiva, and Dylan Driver to start things off. Lentz Wilkinson and Miller through the middle third of the order. Then Cameron Mills, Braxton Davis, and Carlos Lara in the lower third of the batting order. Ethan LeBron, he's been pretty stout. 8-2 record with a 4.32 ERA for the freshman. His 13th appearance and his 13th start. He's made it a complete game twice this season. LeBron from the first base side of the rubber to work against Levi Perrell, and the first pitch from the lefty drops in for a strike at the knees, 0-1. Gary Keller is calling the balls and strikes in this one. Chris Rubessa is at first base. Jason Klingler at second and Kirk Lundell at third. LeBron fires outside for a ball, 1-1 to Perrell. To set the Wolves' defensive alignment, you've got the older LeBron brother, Jacob, playing in right field. The pitch. Swing and a smash, foul off of third, 1-2. To LeBron's left in center is Terrence. And then to Terrence's left in left is Donovan Ford. Third to first, the Wolves go Velez, the player of the year, Marine, Lugo, and Gibson. Ian Clements doing the catching of LeBron. The 1-2 pitch. Spoiled foul off the glass on one of the luxury suites on the first base side. And that keeps the count of the ball in 2 strikes. These teams met in the regular season. That's not always the case with the SAC schedule. The pitch. That's flied foul off of first. A ball and 2 strikes. Perrell. The righty climbs back in. The lefty LeBron winds and delivers, and Perrell flies this one back and out of play. This will come crashing down onto the green bleachers. That's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to the leadoff batter, Perrell. Perrell wearing an all-gray jersey with blue numerals and a navy batting helmet. Cocks the bat above his right shoulder. And LeBron hurls. Perrell will put it in play. A fly ball to center field. Terrence shuffling over from the alleyway into straightaway center field. And he puts away Perrell on the F8. So Perrell battles, fouls off 4 pitches, but ultimately retired, and that'll bring up Luke Spiva. Spiva, 1 for 4 with a run scored against the Lions last night, and that 7-6 walk-off win for the Indians, where they rallied for 6 runs in the final 3 innings to force extras before walking it off in the 10th. LeBron's first pitch is on the outside edge for a strike, 0-1. Boy, howdy, have the games here at the tournament so far been dandies. 3 games in, they've all been decided by a run, and we've had 2 walk-offs. LeBron, the 0-1 pitch. Spiva takes a strike at the waist, 1-2. So we'll see if the prior games in the tournament have any say in how this game goes. Probably not, but it's been entertaining baseball so far through 3 games. The pitch. Spiva pulls to right, going back to the warning track, leaping up and making the catch as he bangs into the wall and falls down is Jacob LeBron. High difficulty going into the fans don't let fans drive drunk sign. LeBron, what a play. On his horse back to the warning track, reaching up with the right hand and pulling it in as he caroms off the wall. So LeBron robs Spiva of extra bases, and Dylan Driver comes up, taking down for a ball to begin the at-bat, 1-0. Now, Newberry swept the regular season series between these 2 teams, outscoring the Indians 25-8. That pitch finds the zone for a strike, 1-1. Braylon Marine, we'll talk about him the next half inning, was an absolute menace with 6 hits and 6 driven in. The pitch in the dirt for a ball. 2-1 to Driver. LeBron rests at the belt, winds and delivers. Check swing at a strike on the inner half of the belt. 2-2 to Driver. LeBron trying to face the minimum here in the top of the first. No score. 2 out, bases empty. LeBron winds and delivers. Here's a swing and a sinking liner into left center field. It'll drop in and bounce away from Ford. It's a single, potentially an error, depending on how they score it. Driver, a base hit, takes second. We'll await that official ruling, whether it's a single or a double. Ford aggressively charged in and tried to play it on the hop, and then it kicked away from him. And credited an error to the left fielder. So a single gets a Driver aboard, and then an E7 moves him to second base. Next up, Lentz. Lentz yanks it down the right field line, twisting foul and out of play. It's 0-1. So the Indians trying to keep the line moving after a 2-out single for Dylan Driver. Took him a while to get the offense in tried to get the offense on track against Mars Hill last night. Right now they've got a 2-out RBI situation with Driver on second. LeBron pitches. And Lentz slashes it foul in the air off of third and out of play. 0-2. No score, top of the first inning. We're into the double elimination portion of this tournament. Loser plays Carson-Newman in an elimination game tomorrow. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Lentz down on strikes on 3 straight pitches. And the Indians unable to take advantage of a 2-out knock for Dylan Driver. No score after a half inning. Newberry to the plate. LeBron, Terrence, and Marine look to get it rolling for the Wolves after this on the SAC Digital Network.
You've got to see this place.
You gotta see this place.
You've got to see this place.
You gotta 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 see this place.
You've gotta see this place.
You got to see this place.
You gotta see this place.
You gotta see this place.
Back at Smokies Stadium, where there's no score after a half inning of action, and the Catawba College Catawba Indians turn things over to Maddox Holzhauser, pardon me, to get this start. Holzhauser, 1-4 with a 3.35 ERA. He is one of Catawba's most frequently used pitchers. 21st appearance and 9th start. 40 1/3 innings of work, and opponents hitting just a $191 off of him. So he'll go to work against Jacob LeBron and Newberry. One of the best small ball teams in the country. Second in the SAC in runs scored this season. And they do it by knocking out singles and moving people over. And the corner's already in for the Indians. Holzhauser pitches. That is high and above the head of LeBron for ball one. One ball and no strikes to the leadoff batter, LeBron. Holzhauser pitches. Upstairs for a ball, and it's 2-0. Two balls and no strikes to the leadoff batter. LeBron, .416 the average when he hits the leadoff. Holzhauser throws back and behind him, and Holzhauser struggling to throw strikes here early. It's 3-0. The pitch. Taken for a strike at the belt. Holzhauser pours one in, 3-1. Outfield a shimmy to the left for the Indians. Spiva, driver, and Lentz left right across. Holzhauser the pitch. High and tight, ball four. So Jacob LeBron works a leadoff walk. And free passes to Newberry. Probably not the recipe that you're after. LeBron's stolen 21 bases, and then you've got two guys hitting behind him, and Zane Terrence and Braylon Marine, who are both on the plus side of 30 bags stolen. Corners are even with the bags. Zane Terrence elect to drop down a sacrifice bunt. Holzhauser pitches. Terrence shows bunt as Holzhauser finds the zone with a curveball for a strike. 0-1. This is what Russ Triplets Club has been known for this year, and attaining a nationally ranking at number 15. The pitch. Bunt shown again. Holzhauser misses away, 1-1. Middle infield is pinched in toward double play depth, but so much speed on the base paths for Newberry. That's a tough ask for the Indians to try to turn two. Holzhauser ready for the 1-1. It's on the way. Runner on the move. Miller throws to second. It rolls on into center field. Not in time. A stolen base and an error moves Jacob LeBron over to third base. Pitch was a ball. It's 2-1. Miller's throw was right up the middle of the field, but The shortstop, Perrell, was late getting over and charged the air to Miller. The pitch. That's hit foul to the right and out of play. Count evens up at 2-2 on Terrence. Corner infielders take a couple steps back. Third baseman Mills is still playing nearly even with the bag. Here's the 2-2. Check swing and a pitch upstairs to load the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Zane Terrence, 325 the average on the year. It's 50 points higher with runners in scoring position. Swing and a miss here, though, and Terrence is down on strikes. So 1 away, and Holzhauser collects a big strikeout to bring up Braylon Marine. League's player of the year. Shortstop hitting .437, and he takes a first pitch strike, 0-1. Marine has just been a force to be reckoned with. Driven in 72, and he'll get another one here. A single back up the box just over the glove of Holzhauser on the bump. He drives in Jacob LeBron, and there's RBI number 73 of the year for the league's player of the year, Braylon Marine. You walk the leadoff batter, LeBron, a stolen base and a throwing error puts him on third. And the conference's player of the year, Braylon Marine, drives him in with a single back up the box. 1-0. Indians grab the lead in the bottom of the first for Henry Gibson. Holzhauser will check on the runner at first. And, of course, you want to keep Braylon Marine honest. 33 stolen bases in 42 tries. Again, Newberry not afraid to steal. The low water mark is the first baseman, Gibson, who's stolen 4 bags in 6 attempts. There's a strike, 0-1 to Gibson. Pardon me, that's Bo Thompson that has the low water mark. Gibson stolen 7 bags. That pitch is strike, 0-2. 1 out. Marine on first. Holzhauser, the lefty, against the left-hand hitting Henry Gibson. Runner on the move, pick throw to first. They'll go to second to the shortstop, Perrell. He applies the tag, and Marine is out. 1-3-6. Marine caught stealing, and there's 2 away. Well, Holzhauser had a good read on it. And Marine still with the speed to nearly leg out the pick move. There's a check swing and a pitch low. And it's 1-2 to Gibson now. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. Holzhauser pitches. In tight to Gibson, 2-2. Newberry on the board first here in the bottom of the first, thanks to a RBI single up the middle from Braylon Marine. Scoring Jacob LeBron, who walked to lead off the game. The 2-2. Off the plate away with a breaking pitch, 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Bases empty for the Wolves. The pitch. Fouled back into the netting behind home plate. Gibson will see another offering. Maddox Holzhauser sitting on 18 pitches here in the first inning. He settled down after giving up the leadoff walk. The pitch. Drops low, ball 4. Second walk of the inning for Maddox Holzhauser. He issues the base on balls to the first team first baseman, Gibson, to bring up the designated hitter, Bo Thompson. Newberry, potent offense. Every player in the order today hits north of 300. Thompson, no exception to that, 306. As he takes low for a ball, 1-0. Not too shabby when the low man in your lineup is batting fifth and has driven in 36 on the year and is just hitting 306. Pitch upstairs for a ball, 2-0. But that's the kind of thing that tends to happen when you've got an offense that has clicked as well as Newberry has, 6th in the country with 532 hits this year, 11th in runs scored. The pitch. Breaking ball finds the zone for a strike, 2-1. Bo Thompson waits on the pitch. Here it comes. Off speed, off the plate away, 3-1. And Holzhauser in danger of walking a second straight batter with 2 out. Thompson 3 for 12 in the series with the Indians. That Newberry swept at the Smith Road Complex. The pitch. Off the plate away. Back-to-back 2-out walks. Gibson to second, Thompson to first. And Jim Gant has already decided to make a change. Indians going to the pin early. I'll tell you about Catawba's new pitcher when we come back to Smokies Stadium after this on the SAC Digital Network.
I pledge.
I pledge.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
After 2/3 of an inning, Maddox Holzhauser has been pulled from the contest, and Mason Gwynn has been inserted for the Catawba College Catawba Indians. Gwynn, 39 1/3 innings of work this season. Gwynn warming up. 2-2 on the year, 16 walks and 27 strikeouts. The 3.89 ERA, and he takes over for Maddox Holzhauser, who walked 3, including back-to-back with 2 outs. Can't quite close the book on Holzhauser yet. He's responsible for both Gibson and Bo Thompson on second and first. Donovan Ford will come up looking for a 2-out knock. Ford hitting .309 this season. He was 3 for 9 with 3 singles and none driven in against the Indians in the meeting earlier this month. Wynn steps off the mound to look. Gibson back to second. Gwynn, righty, steps off again. Pump fakes a throw to second to keep Gibson honest. Gibson pitches. Upstairs for a ball to Donovan Ford, 1-0. Early pressure situations here for Catawba's pitching staff. The matchup yesterday with Mars Hill was a pitching duel through 3. For the Lions struck for 3, but they were unconventional. The the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Catawba had to contend with a run scoring on an error and then back-to-back RBI groundouts that gave the Lions the 3-0 lead before they would eventually rally. 1-1. Gwynn delivers. That's popped foul back and over our heads behind home plate. 1-2. Both these teams no strangers to the South Atlantic Conference Tournament Championship. Gwynn fires the 1-2. It's fouled back, and it will drift out of play. 1-2 and holding. These teams met in an elimination game last year for Newberry on the third day of the tournament. And Catawba rolled 12-0. The pitch, that hits Donovan Ford, and 3 straight free passes have loaded the bases for the Wolves with 2 out. Back-to-back walks for Gibson and Thompson, and now Donovan Ford wears a pitch on his left elbow. And there's a wolf on every bag for Ian Clements. First pitch, a strike to Clements, 0-1. Gwynn fires low for a ball, blocked by Miller to keep the runners at every base, and it's 1-1. 2 walks and a hit batter, and Newberry threatening massively here in the bottom of the first. 1 run across thanks to Braylon Marine's RBI single. And just imagine if he hadn't been picked off. You have 1 out and the bases loaded. Gwynn deals. Taken in tight for a ball. It's 2-1. Well, Catawba not showing any more signs of activity in the bullpen, and as I say that, one of the bullpen catchers is up and walking toward the bullpen home plates. It appears that Catawba is going to start getting another arm loose. The 2-1 pitch. That finds the edge of the plate on the inner half for a strike. 2-2. Mason Gwynn trying to get out of the jam. The starter, Maddox Holzhauser, walked back-to-back batters with 2 outs before Gwynn plunked Donovan Ford. Gwynn steps off and mimes a throw to second to avoid the balk. The 2-2 on the way. Poked foul back to the netting behind home plate. 2-2 and holding. Big-time opportunity for the Wolves if they can take advantage of the free passes. 1 run across here in the bottom of the first already, looking for more with the bases loaded and 2 out. Mason Gwynn from the first base side of the rubber. Stretches and pitches. Swing and a tip foul into Miller's mitt. Inning over. And disaster averted for the Indians. Mason Gwynn gets a strikeout of Ian Clements to strand the bases loaded. But Newberry does take a lead. It's 1-0 Wolves after 1 here on the SAC Digital Network.
Not everybody's going to pick Catawba, but Catawba can be a place for anybody. You can find a sense of belonging. You can find your people here, and it can be whatever you make it.
If you want to transform into the person you have the potential to be,
if you aspire to inspire the world around you and others,
if you want to discover a sense of belonging and make it what you want, there's a place for you here.
Catawba College is waiting. Are you ready?
Excellence, integrity, care, curiosity. These are the values that define who we are. A community of thinkers, competitors, and achievers passionately pursuing the path of a purpose-driven life. Because at Lenoir-Rhyne University, we are called to greatness. We are LR.
Nothing. Newberry has grabbed the opening lead in this one over the Catawba College Catawba Indians. Thanks to a Braylon Marine RBI single back up the box. The league's player of the year putting the Wolves on the board. And Ethan LeBron goes back to the bump with a lead to face off against Dylan Wilkinson. Wilkinson, left-hand hitter, climbs in as LeBron winds and delivers, and he hits Wilkinson on his back. So leadoff batter aboard for the Indians. Wilkinson gets plunked. This will bring up the catcher, Miller. Zach Miller, a multi-hit effort to start the SAC tournament against the Lions. He was 2 for 5 with an RBI and a run scored. LeBron continuing with traffic now. Newberry shifted around looking for Miller to pull to left. Swings at the first pitch, fouls it back and out of play, 0-1. The second baseman, Lugo, is leaving the hole at second wide open, and now Lugo takes one and now 2 big shuffle steps to his left to fill it up a little bit. But still, Newberry shifted way around to the left. The pitch drops low on Miller, 1-1. The outfield is, for all intents and purposes, straight away. Zane Terrence in center might be a shade toward the left center field alleyway. The pitch right down Broadway for a strike. 1-2 to Miller. The first baseman, Gibson, holds the runner, Wilkinson, there. There's a nice 3-man wall toward the left side of the infield if Miller pulls. The 1-2 offering. That's hit in the air. Foul ground first base side. Giving chase are the right fielder LeBron and the first baseman Gibson. Neither one can catch up to it as it lands just in front of the bullpen mounds off the right field line. And the count holds at a ball and 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. A leadoff hit batter and Dylan Wilkinson on first for the Indians. LeBron sets and pitches. And Miller will sky it high in the air, foul ground left field line. The shortstop Marine reaches up and makes a backhand grab in the middle of the bullpen, and then throws in to keep the runner Wilkinson at first. So Miller fouls out to the league's player of the year. And there is one away. That was a long, long run for Braylon Marine. But he's able to call off the third baseman, Velez, and make the play himself. One away for Cameron Mills. First pitch to Mills off the plate away for a ball, 1-0. Mills only played in one game in the series with Newberry back in the middle of April, and he was 1 for 2. Got to start. The pitch. Outside for a ball, 2-0. On a technicality, Mills has the highest average for Catawba from that series, but again, 1 for 2 gets you a 500 average. Dylan Driver, most productive Indian, driving in 4, going 6 for 13 at the plate. The 2-0 pitch. Check swing at a strike on the inner half. 2-1 to Cameron Mills. Wilkinson plunked to lead off the inning. Miller fouls out to the shortstop Marine in the left field bullpen. And now it's 2-1 to Mills. The pitch. Off the plate away, and LeBron behind in the count at 3 balls and a strike. The loser of this one plays Carson-Newman tomorrow in an elimination game. The pitch, off the plate away, and another free pass. So a leadoff hit batter for Wilkinson. He's over to second base now. Cameron Mills walks on 5 pitches. And now a little conference on the bump for the Newberry Wolves. Newberry chatting things over. LeBron coming up on his 30th pitch. He's just given up 1 hit. Granted, that was a line drive smash by Dylan Driver, but hasn't been shabby. But he's run into a bit of a spot of bother here in the top of the second, giving up free bases. Braxton Davis will try to take advantage of this situation with his team down 1-0 in the top of the second. First pitch to Davis is poured in for a strike at the waist. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Wilkinson on second, Mills on first. LeBron sets and pitches. Hit back up the middle. That's a base knock as it trickles into center field. Wilkinson gets waved around third. The throw from center cut off by the pitcher, LeBron. Catawba has tied the game with an RBI single back up the middle for Braxton Davis. The Indians take advantage of the free passes as Wilkinson scores from 2 bases away. Mills goes to second. There's 1 out and still 2 aboard for the Indians. So the 9-hole hitting Carlos Lara will try to keep it moving. Buck 96 hitter down in the 9-hole. The first pitch to him is well inside for a ball. 1-0. Lara 0 for 2 in the game against the Lions yesterday. LeBron sets and pitches. And Lara takes outside for a ball, 2-0. Hit batter, a walk, and an RBI single for Braxton Davis. Has tied this one up with 1 out in the top of the second inning. LeBron checks the runner at second. Wheels and deals. And fires low for a ball. It's 3-0. Well, both Catawba and Newberry pitching staffs struggling to issue strikes in this one. Maddox Holzhauser walked 3 before being relieved by Mason Gwynn, who then promptly hit a batter, struck a batter out to get out of the first with the bases loaded. LeBron, the 3-0. That finds the edge of the plate for a strike. 3-1. Lara thought he'd work the base on balls. Three balls, one strike, one out. LeBron sets and pitches. Runners started to go, realized the pitch was upstairs, and ball four. Lara off to first base. So Ethan LeBron issues a free pass to Carlos Lara, who's hitting sub 200, to load the bases with one out. Mills to third, Davis to second. And the lineup turns back to the top of the order to Levi Perrell, who flied out to center field his first time through. Newberry sends some arms down to left field to start getting loose. LeBron pitches. And that finds the plate at the belt for a strike, 0-1. A hit batter, a foul out, a walk, a single, a walk, and the bases are loaded, and one run is across there in the top of the second for the Indians. The 0-1. Up and away for a ball. It's 1-1. And Ethan LeBron, that pitch count continues to rise and rise. 38 pitches now on the day, 24 for strikes. And he's through just an inning and a third. LeBron sets and deals. And it's hit foul off the netting behind home plate. 1-2. One ball, two strikes, one out. An Indian on every bag. Mills, Davis, and Lara. For Levi Perrell to work with. Looking for his first hit of the season with the bases loaded. LeBron checks on the runner and pitches low for a ball. 2-2. Of course, you don't necessarily need a hit. You'd love to have one with the bases loaded, but anything to the outfield would likely do for Perrell to give the Indians the lead. LeBron deals. And Perrell swings, loops it into center field. It drops in for a base hit. Terrence races in to snag it and throw it into the pitcher, LeBron, to cut it off. But not before Cameron Mills crosses home plate. Catawba takes the lead, 2-1. On an RBI single to center field on a 2-2 pitch to Levi Perrell. Perrell just flared it into center field, and Zane Terrence never had a shot at getting to that one in the air. An RBI single for Braxton Davis, an RBI single for Levi Perrell. Both hit up the middle of the field to give Catawba a 2-1 lead here in the top of the second and bring up Luke Spiva. Spiva flew out to the warning track his first time up. This one is a Titanic fly ball deep to right field. It's on the Pioneer porch. The first home run of the SAC tournament is grand. Spiva touches them all. His 7th blast of the season. A grand slam home run for Luke Spiva. And Catawba leads 6-1. Well, Spiva, in his first at-bat, hit it fat to right, but LeBron made a great play at the wall, banging into it to retire him. Spiva leaves no doubt with this one, putting it on the Pioneer porch seating section in right field. And that's the end of the road for Ethan LeBron. An inning and a third, and he gives up 4 hits and 6 runs. He's chased from the game, and Newberry will try to batten down the hatches, trailing by 5 runs now thanks to a 6-run Top of the second inning. We'll tell you about Newberry's new hurler when we come back after this on the SAC Digital Network.
Hometown Ticketing makes it fast and easy to buy tickets on your school's website or in the new Hometown Fan app. It's simple. Just search for your school, buy your tickets, and they'll be right there in your account, ready to be scanned when you get to your event. Download the Hometown Fan app today.
As soon as you win the state championship, you start getting calls and emails and brochures sent to you from all these ring companies. We'd already talked for a long time that the first one we got here at BA, it was going to be the biggest thing we could find. Right? It was going to be the biggest ring we could get. You know, we wanted to make this a celebration for the community, right? For our administration, for our school, right? And then to honor the kids. It's a big deal anytime you win a state championship in any sport.
Chevy Wren is the new pitcher for the Newberry Wolves, replacing Ethan LeBron. The starter goes an inning and a third, gives up 4 hits and 6 runs, all earned with 2 walks and a strikeout. 6 across here in the top of the second for the Indians. And Wren goes to work, pouring in a breaking ball for a strike to Dylan Driver. Driver singled to start his day and moved to second on an error in left. Trying to keep the line moving. The pitch, Wren squeezes it outside for a ball, 1-1. Dylan Wilkerson led off the inning. He got plunked and came around to score when Braxton Davis drove him in with an RBI single. Pitch misses for a ball, 2-1. Then Levi Perrell brought around Cameron Mills with an RBI single to center field. For Luke Spiva cleared the bases with a 4-run grand slam home run. Downstairs for a ball, 3-1 to Driver. And Catawba quickly has found its offensive footing. Remember yesterday they started 1 for 13 with runners against the Lions. Here's a swing and a chopper to short. Charging Marine, scoops it up, low throw to first. Picked by Gibson, and Driver retired 6-3. Smooth work at short by Braylon Marine. And a nice pick by Gibson at first to put away Driver. But the Indians send a 9th man to the plate in this inning, and Henderson Lentz. He struck out swinging to end the first. And Wren deals to him and hits him. We have seen some hit batters in this one. 2 in this inning, Wilkerson and Lentz. Catawba pitching. Plunked 1 in the bottom of the first. So 3 hit batters already, combined with 5 walks through an inning and 2/3. 3 bases for both these clubs. Catawba's taking advantage in this inning. Newberry didn't in the first. Brings up Dylan Wilkerson, who started this inning off by getting plunked, and he takes the first pitch strike, 0-1. The pitch, down and in for a ball, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 out. Catawba trying to keep it moving against the Indians. 6 runs across in the inning off of just 3 hits. Granted, one of those was a big blast, a grand slam home run for Spiva. Wilkinson will push this one down the left field line. It drops in fair ground and caroms into the bullpen. Wilkinson has extra bases. Racing around and scoring from first is Henderson Lentz. It's an RBI double down the left field line for Dylan Wilkinson. And Catawba has plated 7 runs in the top of the second inning. Dylan Wilkinson, a stroke and a poke opposite way down the left field line. Bloops it in, and Ford struggled with it a bit as it caromed into the bullpen, but Wilkinson had the legs to slide in well ahead of any tag, even if Ford had been able to scoop it up cleanly. So it brings up Zach Miller. He fouled out his first time up. That was earlier this inning, and he takes the first pitch strike. 11th man in the order to come up here in the top of the second for the Indians. 7-1 the lead for Catawba. Wren pitches. Now there's a strike. 0-2. Wren. Looks at the runner at second. Now wheels and deals. There's a swing, a roller deep into the hole at short. Marine shuffles to his right, gets down to his knees to scoop it up, and laser beams it over to first to put away Zach Miller. But the Indians do damage. 11 men come to the plate. And Catawba scores 7 times off of 4 hits to take a 7-1 lead on Newberry here on the SAC Digital Network.
Dear college sports,
there's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us and for college sports.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela Burgess. An incredible finish by Hall.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org/opportunity.
Well, Catawba scores 7 times in the top of the second inning. And now Newberry and the country's 11th highest scoring offense will try to get some of it back against Mason Gwynn. JoJo Lugo leads things off for the Wolves, taking a slider off the plate away for a ball, 1-0. The pitch. Right down Broadway, but low for a ball, 2-0. Wynn pitches, and that's low again, 3-0. Well, the issue for both these pitching staffs here in the early going has been free passes, the 3-0. And that finds the plate for a strike, 3-1. Catawba pitching issued 3 walks and hit a batter in the bottom of the first. Granted, Newberry didn't make him pay for it pretty hard. Wynn finds the plate for a strike to load the count at 3-2. And granted, 3 of those free passes came with 2 out, back-to-back 2-out walks and a hit batter. The pitch, hit toward third. Nice diving backhand grab by Mills, and a sensational on-target throw to first. to put away Lugo. That was flawless by Cameron Mills at the hot corner. Ranging back and to his left. And then leaping into the air to fire to first in time to get Lugo. That is highlight reel worthy. We've got a second look at it here in the booth. And, I mean, Mills was in foul ground when he roped it to first. Pitch in for a strike. It's 1-1 to Jonathan Velez. That's certainly worth the second look. Deep into the batter, and here's another free pass. Jonathan Velez hit on the small of his back. The second batter that Catawba pitching has hit. And the fourth hit batter we've seen today. 7-1 Indians leading bottom of the second inning. Jacob LeBron comes up after he walked and scored a run to start the day. Pick move to first. Going to see a lot of that with when Newberry gets on base, just to keep the fleet of foot Wolves somewhat honest. The pitch. That finds the plate for a strike. 0-1 to LeBron. Corners even with the bags for the Indians. Davis at first, holding the runner there. Another pick move, not in time. The third baseman, Mills, is playing just about even with the little inset of dirt that comes into the grass on the infield. When 20 pitches deep into this 2/3 of an inning of relief effort after Holzhauser was pulled after 2/3 of an inning. Here's a swing and a bouncer back up the middle. Base hit for Jacob LeBron, the third team All-SAC outfielder. Pushes one back up the box. And there's two aboard for the Wolves with one out. Well, Catawba should know that a 6-run lead is not safe. After all, that is the deficit that the Indians made up last night against Mars Hill to move into the double elimination section of the bracket. Brings up Zane Terrence, who struck out swinging on 6 pitches his first time through, as Gwynn steps off. Glad you've joined us here on the SAC Digital Network, wherever you may be tuned in. The pitch. Terrence takes for a strike, 0-1. Listeners from all over, whether you're logged in from Australia or maybe you're somewhere in East Tennessee joining us here on the SAC Network, we're just elated that you've chosen to spend part of your Friday with us. The 0-1. Drops down low for a ball, 1-1. Alexander in the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. The thought for Australia. Not sure if you're familiar with that children's book. But both these pitching staffs, with the free passes they've issued. Pitch. There's a strike to make it 1-2. Well, they might be thinking of moving to Australia, a la the titular character Alexander from that wonderful children's tome. Walks aplenty, hit batters aplenty so far in this one. 1-2. Elevated on Terrence, 2-2. walks for Newberry batters already. Well, Catawba batters have walked twice. The pitch in tight for a ball. 3-2. Pick move to second isn't in time, as Velez slides back in safely. But the ability to throw strikes, something that has proved to be an issue for both Catawba and Newberry. Granted, the Indians made the Wolves pay. Newberry wasn't able to make Catawba pay, at least here early. We are in the bottom of the second inning for a game that is 58 minutes old. The 3-2. Poured in on a breaking pitch. Terrence takes a seat looking. Strike 3 called, and there's 2 away. Wind froze him. And up comes the league's player of the year, Braylon Marine. Marine responsible for the lone run that Newberry has scored with an RBI single up the middle in the first. The first pitch to him is a strike on the outer half, 0-1. JoJo Lugo grounded out on a flashy play by Cameron Mills at the hot corner to start the inning, honestly robbing him of a base hit. Then Velez gets plunked. LeBron singles to center. The strikeout, and you've got 2 on with 2 out in the bottom of the second, and the Wolves down 6 runs. The pitch. Hitting foul ground in the air off of first. Davis trots over to the steel railing and makes the grab even with Catawba's dugout to put away Marine. So Newberry unable to take advantage of its base runners in the bottom of the second inning. No runs, a hit, 2 left. 7-1, Indians lead it as we head to the third here on the SAC Digital Network.
Every student comes to Wingate with a story. I know I did. Our students come from all walks of life.
They come to us as young people with hopes and dreams of their own. They're looking to Wingate to become the best version of themselves, and that's what we do.
The effect that Wingate has on me is compounded by the effect I have on the world after I leave Wingate.
Because making a difference is fundamental
to what we are as a university
and who we are as people.
Catawba fans fired up here at Smokies Stadium, and they should be. Indians, 7-1 leaders over the Newberry Wolves as we come to the top of the third inning. And Cameron Mills leading things off for Catawba as the first pitch from Chevy Wren misses outside for a ball, 1-0. Wren, the second pitcher of the day for the Wolves, came on in relief of Ethan LeBron. Off the plate away again, 2-0 to Mills. LeBron, an inning and a third, gives up 4 hits and 6 runs. Chevy Wren, he's charged with a hit and a run in 2/3 of an inning. Finds the edge of the plate there for a strike. It's 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike to the leadoff batter. Cameron Mills hitting .375, 100 points higher than his season average when he hits leadoff, but he takes a strike here, and it's 2-2. The pitch. Down and away for ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Chevy Wren tallies up his 11th strikeout of the season. And Cameron Mills is fanned for the first out of the top of the 3rd. Pitch a little upstairs. And Mills swings underneath of it to bring up Braxton Davis. Davis responsible for the first run produced of the day for Catawba as he swings and misses at the first pitch, 0-1. Hit an RBI single to jumpstart the Indians in that second inning where they scored 7 times. Wren coming up on his 19th pitch as Davis steps out. It was Davis with an RBI single, Perrell with an RBI single, then Spiva with a grand slam to right, and an RBI double to left from Dylan Wilkinson. Davis swings and misses, and it's 0-2 to him. Catawba looking for its first win over the Wolves this season. Wren winds and delivers. This one's popped into the air, and it won't leave the infield. The second baseman, Lugo, has it in his sights even with the base path. And he snares it to put away Braxton Davis. 2 up, 2 down. And Chevy Wren trying to produce the first 1-2-3 inning of the day for either side as Carlos Lara comes up. He walked and scored a run in that 7-run second. And Lara swings at the first pitch, lifts it softly to right center field. Terrence started back, then he sprints in, reaches up and snares it beside his left ear to put away Lara on the first pitch. Wolves down in order. First time either side has gone down in order, and we head to the 4th inning. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning, pardon me, with Gibson, Thompson, and Ford due up for Newberry after this on the SAC Digital Network. The SAC baseball championships are far from the only action going on today in the league. The softball championships also in full swing up in Harrogate, Tennessee, as Henry Gibson leads things off for the Wolves, swinging at the first pitch and lifting it to right center field. Lentz shuffling over to the alleyway from right, and he makes the grab on the edge of the warning track to put away Gibson. So Mason Gwynn gets a long fly ball out to start the bottom of the 3rd to bring up Bo Thompson. Thompson walked and got stranded on second his first time up, as Gwynn winds and delivers the first pitch offering. High and tight for a ball, 1-0. Well, we talk about the other league tournaments going on. All chalk over at the softball tournament thus far. The 1-0. Swung on and bounced back up the box. That's a base hit for Bo Thompson as he strokes a 1-out single up the middle. 1 out, 1 on for the Wolves. Donovan Ford will try to move him over after he got hit his first time through. Solid piece of hitting on a breaking ball. Back up the middle for Thompson. Over at the softball tournament, Lincoln Memorial withstands a late Queens rally to beat the Royals 7-6. Top-seeded Anderson staves off Limestone 7-5. So the top 2 seeds advancing as Gwynn issues off the plate away to Ford, 1-0. In the women's lacrosse tournament, the number 1 team in the country, Queens, just curb stomps Lincoln Memorial 25-4. Bunt shown and taken for a strike by Ford, 1-1. And Wingate holds on against Newberry 15-10 in women's lacrosse action. Men's lacrosse tournament also taking place over in Hickory. 4:30 start slated for Limestone and Queens. There's a pitch up and in, and it plunks Ford. So Ford gets hit, and that's now what, 6 batters who have been hit between the 2 teams today? And Ford nearly took that one on his noggin. Third Newberry batter that has been hit by Catawba pitching today. Moves Thompson over to second. Fifth hit batter of the day between the 2 teams combined. Brings up Ian Clemens, who struck out to end the first with the bases loaded. And he takes an elevated pitch for a ball, 1-0. Catawba with an arm getting loose in the pen, and Jim Gant is out from the dugout, and he's going to make a pitching change mid-at-bat against Ian Clements. So Mason Gwynn's day on the bump has come to a close, and Catawba will turn things over to its 3rd pitcher of the day with a 7-1 lead in hand in the bottom of the 3rd inning. We return to Smokies Stadium at the conclusion of this commercial break on the SAC Digital Network. Smokies Stadium. Adam Cavalier, happy to have you on hand. The Catawba College Catawba Indians have made another call to the bullpen and brought in Ryan Street. Street, the 3rd pitcher of the day, after he pitched a flawless 10th inning for the Indians last night against Mars Hill and got the win for Catawba to move to 3-0 on the year. Street, 30 2/3 innings of work. And we're pleased to welcome into the booth. I'm going to get the title wrong. I apologize in advance.
Hey, don't worry about it.
Is it associate commissioner?
It is
now?
associate commissioner. There you go.
You got the promotion.
I got the bump.
You got the promotion. Christian Stryker, who is a former baseball player, not in the South Atlantic Conference during his time.
I was going to say not during my time. Now they would be, right?
They are an institution now, former Coker player. Christian, thanks for taking some time out of your busy day.
I love this. This is always a fun part of this tournament. Is I like coming out and doing a little while.
You get to come in and goof off.
Exactly.
Managing batting practice and bat testing and everything else.
All those other fun things.
1-0 to Ian Clemens is Ryan Street. Deals with traffic and pitches low for a ball. Well, 2-0 to Clements.
I was just about to say, the worst part of this is he's coming in here with a 1-0 count and 2 guys on, and you throw one ball and you're like, okay, I got one ball. No, now you've only got, now you got 2. It's always tough when you come in mid-batter.
Especially against a team such as Newberry that just puts so much pressure offensively on you. Here's a swing and a foul lifted to the right now to play 2-1. Interesting situation here between these teams, Catawba kind of uncharted territory for the Indians, at least here over the last decade. Been a mainstay in the region rankings, and Jim Gantz's team would need to win the tournament to head to NCAA play, while Newberry, in terms of wins and losses, the resume is there for the postseason at 37-11, but sitting in 8th in the first region rankings, and probably needs some wins this weekend to feel secure at getting an at-large bid to the Southeast Region Championships.
Yeah, I would guess they need at least one. 2 would probably give them a little bit more of a cushion, but 1 for sure to help them in that regional ranking.
Street sets at the letters and delivers the 2-1. Runners on the move as it's pulled through the left side. A perfectly executed hit and run by Ian Clements as it rolls up to Spiva in left. Thompson is around to score. Clements drives in a run, his 24th of the season, with an RBI single scorched through the left side of the infield, forward over to second base, and Newberry has pulled within 5 runs at 7-2.
You know, that's Newberry baseball, especially over the last 4 or 5 years. They will put runners in motion any and all the time. They, work on that hit and run. They work on the slash. The base stealing game is they're the, league leader in stolen bases here. That was a great play right there.
Perfectly executed hit and run by Ian Clements, and JoJo Lugo will try to keep things moving. Swings at the first pitch, hits a deep fly ball to left field. Back to the warning track is Spiva. He reaches up and pulls it in. Both runners tag and move up. It's a productive out for JoJo Lugo, moving Ford and Clements into scoring position. And a 2-out RBI opportunity as a result for Jonathan Velez.
Velez right here, I'll be looking just to get something just into that outfield. Will score 2 runs. You got 2 quick guys on the bases, and just like that, Newberry's back in this game.
And Catawba should be pretty familiar with a 6-run lead not being
not being safe.
Indians rallied with 6 runs over the final 3 innings last night before walking it off in the 10th against Mars Hill. Street wheels and deals, and Velez takes the first pitch strike. It's 0-1. Velez got plunked his first time up. The Wolves, a team that scores more than 8.5 runs per game. If you held them to 1 on your 3rd pitcher of the day, you're going to be feeling awfully good.
Yeah. If I'm Newberry right here, which I don't know, that might get over his head.
Fly ball to right.
Okay.
Lentz tracks it down toward the line and near the warning track. And Velez, a noisy fly out to end the 3rd. Ian Clements gets the timely knock, though. A perfectly executed hit and run pulled through the left side, scores Bo Thompson, and gets the Wolves within 5 runs. It's 7-2 Indians through 3 here on the SAC Digital Network.
7 years ago, our fathers brought forth...
It was Mr. Hines who made me want to become a teacher.
And then I said, that's one small step for man, one giant leap!
And that's why we don't try this at home. Any questions?
He inspired me. But it was LMU that helped me turn that dream into a reality.
7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent.
Mars Hill University, helping you move your mountain.
Mars Hill University gives me plenty of degrees to choose from.
At MHU, I get the attention I deserve.
MHU keeps me close to home, and there's tons to do in the mountains.
Over 60 courses of study, small class settings, a breathtaking campus. These are just a few examples of how MHU can help you start moving your mountain. Visit us today at mhu.edu. Mars Hill University, education that moves mountains.
It works.
What works, Christian Striker? Bunting.
Situational baseball. Hitting. That's what works. Situational hitting.
That's what we're talking about in the break. Newberry's offense has been so impressive this year because of what they've been able to do in that last inning. And that was a solid hit and run for Ian Clements. Now Catawba comes up to the plate. And a first pitch offered to Levi Perrell. He squares to bunt and pulls it back for a ball, 1-0. Corners for Newberry. Even with the bags as Chevy Wren goes to work. Perrell's 1 for 2 as he takes off the plate away for a ball, 2-0. RBI single and a fly out to center for Perrell.
You know, we're talking about situational hitting, and we're in Game 4 now. All our 3 previous games have all been, I mean, runs have been produced by situational hitting.
There's a strike, 2-1. I mean, you do have the 2 best bunting teams in the country here.
Yeah, it's true.
Carson-Newman and Newberry. Let's see. I think it's a combined 124 sack bunts between the 2.
Yeah, there's
a strike, 2-2 to Perrell.
Jim Gant and Russell Triplett are not afraid to call for that bunt at any and all time. We had a 2-strike bunt yesterday too. By the way.
That was gutsy.
Gutsy on
from Mars Hill.
Yeah,
3-2 to Perrell off the plate away.
That one was fun to watch.
It has been. I mean, it has been an entertaining tournament so far.
I expect nothing less from this tournament, though.
That's true. It's just crazy.
It's some way, shape, or form. I mean, that's what we normally see.
Pitch upstairs to Perrell. That's ball 4. And now this has been part of the issue today for both of these pitching staffs. Free passes. Catawba, free passes in that 7-run second. A big reason why they lead. Got hit twice, walked twice in that 7-run second, and scored 7 times off of 4 hits. So Perrell on first, where he has stolen 25 bases in 27 attempts. And the guy who hit the grand slam home run, Luke Spiva, to the plate. LeBron and Wright is playing deep as the pitch is in the dirt for a ball, 1-0. And the wind is blowing out to right on a hazy day in East Tennessee.
Yeah, that's the shift is definitely a little bit on there, as you see. Now, we're not talking Major League Baseball shift here, but you got Newberry shortstop almost directly behind second base. The second baseman pulled over deep in the hole, and even the center fielder out there is shading toward the right. So
I think based on how Spiva has hit in his first 2 at-bats, that infield matters a whole lot less than where Jacob LeBron is set up in right.
And I've seen Spiva hit now for a couple of years, and if they set up on the outside, which hopefully they don't, but if he could drive one in that gap, right where the shortstop would normally be. So I'm kind of surprised they've got this shift on.
2-0, Wren pitches. And Spiva takes a strike at the knees, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, nobody out. A leadoff walk to Levi Perrell. Top of the 4th inning, Catawba's up 7-2. A 7-run second. The difference maker right now for the Indians. Here's the pitch. It's poked opposite way. In the air to the left side of the infield. But Velez able to shuffle over. Looks like the shortstop Marine lost it in the shuffle initially, but Velez takes charge and grabs the pop-up to retire Spiva.
That would have been if Marine had been the one that had to go get it, that would have been a long run for him.
Well, your defensive alignment shimmies toward double play depth now for Dylan Driver, who's 1 for 2 with a single, smoke to left, and a 6-3 ground out. Wren checks on the runner, Perrell at first, back in time with a headlong slide. 1 out, 1 on, top of the 4th, Indians 7, Newberry 2. The loser of this one takes on Carson-Newman tomorrow at 11 a.m. in an elimination game. The pitch, swing and a roller out to short. Marine to second for 1, low throw to first, bounces twice in time for 2. A 6-4-3 twin killing.
Nice double play there. Good job by the second baseman to stay with it as he fell over. Watch the replay here. He just slipped on the bag. I wasn't sure if he got taken out because when he got up, him and the runner were together, but great job.
Lugo completes the double play with a skipper to first to Gibson, and Newberry out of the 4th unscathed. 7-2, Indians with the lead here on the SAC Digital Network.
We're there to serve, make sure we're creating a fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official. It's the best decision I've made.
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. You know, I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just the game.
Get to be outside, get to experience the game. It's so much more fun. You can get a lot out of it.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
To help me become not only a better official, but a better person.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And it's just been wonderful.
We come to the top of the bottom of the fourth inning, pardon me.
Not the top. Bottom of the fourth. flip the card.
You know, anytime you get one of those innings where you got to move over an inning when you bat around with 11.
Always throws you off.
Throws you for a loop. It'll be Jacob LeBron leading things off for the Wolves to start the home half of the fourth, and he swings and smokes one foul off of first. 0-1. Ryan Street back to work for the Indians. And Catawba, nobody loosening up in the pen. Street, the third pitcher of the day for Catawba. Here's the pitch. Finds the plate for his strike. 0-2. 7-2, Indians lead, a 7-run second, the difference maker for a Catawba team that has struggled a bit offensively this year. There's a swing and a bouncer back to the mound. Street gets it in his glove, and he'll race it 3/4 of the way to the first base bag before underhand flipping to Davis to get LeBron 1-3.
That's why you have pitchers fielding practice right there.
Fielded his position quite well. Grabbing it up around head height and then winning the race against LeBron to the bag. Brings up Zane Terrence. Twice been a strikeout victim today for a guy coming in hitting .325. The first pitch to Terrence is swung on. Lifted toward center field. Coming in initially his driver. Now he has to backpedal. And as he's shuffling backward, he settles under it to put out Terrence. So efficient work for Ryan Street. 4 pitches, 2 outs. Trying to keep the deficit to 5 runs here in the bottom of the fourth for Braylon Marine. The player of the year in the league has an RBI single to his name and has fouled out. He's 1 for 2 officially, and he starts out this at-bat taking low for a ball, 1-0.
Marine, just a fantastic year. Clear why he is the player of the year when you look at those offensive numbers, and his defense goes along with it too.
There's a swing, a bouncer up the left field line. It hugs the third base bag and stays in fair ground. Marine chugging as it rattles into the corner. Spiva picks it up and throws into third base. Marine aboard third. Definitely a single. We'll see how Michael Watrang, our official scorer for this one, credits it, whether or not Spiva gets an error in left for mishandling it as it rattled down into the left field corner. And yeah, Spiva kind of let that one go through his wickets as it bounced around. But we'll await Michael Watrang's official scoring. And yes, a double and an error on the left fielder. Here's a swing and a rope it down the left field line again. Opposite field hitting for Henry Gibson. It's an RBI single as Braylon Marine scores standing. And the Wolves have chopped this thing down to a 4-run game. Henry Gibson. The lefty pokes it opposite field down the left field line. And the Wolves are within 4 runs here in the bottom of the 4th with Bo Thompson come up. He has singled and walked today. The first pitch to Thompson drops low for a ball, 1-0. Outfield shifted around, anticipating that Thompson's going to be late. Massive gap in left center field for the righty to work with. The right hand hurling street, wheels and deals, low for a ball, 2-0. Here's the pitch. And that finds the heart of the plate for a strike, 2-1. Pick move to first, not in time. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. An RBI single for Henry Gibson has pulled the Wolves within 4. Stretching the pitch, it's off the plate away. Ball 3 to Bo Thompson. The pitch. Flipped foul to the netting behind the home plate, and that loads the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 7-3, Wolves leading here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Wolves with back-to-back single runs after Catawba plated 7 in the top of the 2nd. Runner on the move. The pitch is in there for strike 3 called. And Street sits down Thompson looking. But not before Henry Gibson gets a 2-out RBI single to left to score the League Player of the Year, Braylon Marine, and pull the Wolves within Grand Slam range. It's 7-3, Catawba, as we head to the 5th here on the SAC Digital Network.
You've got to see this place.
You gotta see this place.
You've got to see this place.
You gotta 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 see this place.
You've got to see this place.
You got to see this place.
You gotta see this place.
You gotta see this place.
Catawba tries to bunt itself aboard to start out the top of the 5th inning, but a bang-bang play at first. And Chevy Wren is able to win the race and catch an underhand flip from the first baseman, Gibson, to win a bang-bang play at first for the first out. So Henderson Lentz out on the bunt attempt. And up comes Dylan Wilkinson. First pitch, the big lefty is up and in for a ball, 1-0. Wilkinson doubled in a run his last time up. He's been aboard twice as a hit batter. And again, that RBI double his last time through. The pitch on the edge of the plate for a strike. It's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Big gap in left center field if Wilkinson can go opposite way. That's where he did last time. Catawba playing him to pull the shift on as he shimmies one behind the second base bag. The shortstop, Marine, settles under it, and Wilkinson retired on the soft pop-up. 2 up, 2 down. And Zach Miller to the plate. Chevy Wren's gotten in a nice groove. Worked through the minimum the last 2 innings as he deals a first pitch strike to Zach Miller. Wren, 3 1/3 innings of 1 hit, 1 run ball with a walk and a strikeout. He deals low and away for a ball, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 out. Base is empty. The pitch turned on, cranked deep to left field, and out of the park. Zach Miller tomahawks his 7th home run of the season out to left field. And Catawba has a run back. It's 8-3. Zach Miller goes yard. A pitch upstairs, didn't matter. Miller waylays it to left. Wren, can he recover? Well, he fires a first pitch strike to Cameron Mills, and it's 0-1. Mills 0 for 1 on the day with a walk and a strikeout. Swinging a foul tip into Clement Smith, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 8-3, Indians lead in the top of the 5th inning. Back to a 5-run game after Miller's blast. Here's a swing and a chopper to first. Gibson scoops it up on a low second hop and takes it to the bag himself to retire Cameron Mills. But not before the Indians do a little more damage. Zach Miller, a moonshot to left. And Catawba takes it back to a 5-run game. It's 8-3 as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning here on the SAC Digital Network.
I pledge.
I pledge.
I pledge.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
First pitch upstairs to start the bottom of the fifth to Donovan Ford for a 1-0 count. As Ryan Street continues to work on the mound for the Indians. Strike that new pitcher for Catawba, I believe. Yeah, the Indians make the call to the bullpen. Pitch in there for a strike. It's 1-1. And so Catawba brings in Michael Gracer. The pitch lofted to right center field. Driver ranging over to the alleyway, and he grabs it. So Gracer, he's 1-3 this year with 32 1/3 innings of work. 21 punch-outs against 13 walks. And Gracer is the fourth pitcher of the day for Catawba. First pitch to Ian Clements is lifted into shallow left center field. A long run for Driver from center, but he tracks it down in shallow left center to put away Clements. So Driver's made back-to-back long runs on putouts from center, and there's two away in the bottom of the fifth for JoJo Lugo. Corners even with the bags to guard against Newberry in that ever-dangerous small ball game that the Wolves provide. As Gracer pitches on the outside edge for a strike, 0-1. So we can close the book on Street. An inning and 2/3, gives up 3 hits and a run. Here's a swing, a line drive into right center field. That's down for a base hit from Lugo, his first knock of the day. And it's a 2-out single for the Wolves. And their 7th knock. And go back and close the book on Gwynn, too. 2 hits and a run allowed for the Indians. No walks and 2 strikeouts. First pitch to Jordan Velez is outside for a ball, 1-0. Velez has been plunked, and he's flied out to right. 0 for 1 officially on the day. Bottom 5, 2 out, 1 on. The 1-0, Gracer deals. Downstairs for a ball, 2-0. It'll be interesting how Jim Gant utilizes his pitching staff. You've got 4 guys that have thrown today. The pitch. Gracer dishes low for ball 3. And Catawba's staff in danger of issuing its 4th walk. Granted, 3 of those are to Holzhauser, who started the game. The walks haven't haunted the Indians nearly as much as they have the Wolves. As Gracer issues a strike on the outer half, 3-1. Of the 3 walks that Catawba pitching has issued, just 1 has come around to score. The pitch off the plate, ball 4. So a 2-out single and a 2-out walk for the 8-9 batters, Lugo and Velez. And the lineup turns back to the top of the order for Jacob LeBron. LeBron is 1 for 2. A single, a walk, and a ground out. Jacob LeBron, 3rd-team All-SAC selection, stands in. 2 out, 2 on. Newberry down by 5 in the bottom of the 5th. Gracer wheels and deals. A breaking ball on the inner half of the belt for a strike to LeBron, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. 8-3. Catawba leads Newberry. The majority of the damage for the Indians done in that top of the 2nd inning when they scored 7 times off of 4 hits, 2 walks, and a hit batter. Michael Gracer, 2/3 of an inning of work. He's given up a hit and a walk and contending with 2 on the base paths. The deal. Grounded towards second. Scooped by Lara. And a rifle to first in time to put away LeBron. So Newberry strands 2. The Wolves have left 10 aboard through 5 innings. Indians leading 8-3. We head to the 6th here on the SAC Digital Network.
Not everybody's going to pick Catawba, but Catawba can be a place for anybody. You can find a sense of belonging. You can find your people here, and it can be whatever you make it.
If you want to transform into the person you have the potential to be,
if you aspire to inspire the world around you and others,
if you want to discover a sense of belonging and make it what you want, there's a place for you here.
Catawba College is waiting. Are you ready?
Excellence, integrity, care, curiosity. These are the values that define who we are. A community of thinkers, competitors, and achievers passionately pursuing the path of a purpose-driven life. Because at Lenoir-Rhyne University, we are called to greatness. We are LR.
Catawba has the lead on Newberry as we come to the top of the 6th inning. And Chevy Wren back to work for the Newberry Wolves, firing a first pitch breaking ball off the plate away to Braxton Davis. 1-0. Chevy Wren 3 2/3 innings in relief of Ethan LeBron. He deals a strike, 1-1. Wren has given up 2 hits and 2 runs. An RBI double to Dylan Wilkinson and a solo bomb from Zach Miller for Catawba to extend its lead back to 5 runs. The pitch looped in the air to right. Back initially LeBron. Now he shuffles forward. And he gets underneath of it to retire Davis. 1 up, 1 down for Carlos Lara. A walk and a fly out to center field for Lara. .95 hitter for the year. Ran up to 4 innings of work now and closing in on his 47th pitch of this relief effort. Deals off the plate away for a ball, 1-0. Well, Newberry likely wondering what if the Wolves have left 10 stranded and are 3 for 10 with runners in scoring position. Pitch upstairs for a ball to Lara, 2-0. Catawba hasn't had nearly as many chances, but when the Indians had them, they pounced on them. That's 7-run second. The pitch. There's a strike at the knees, 2-1 to Lara. In the second inning, Catawba got an RBI single for Braxton Davis, an RBI knock up the middle for Levi Perrell. The grand slam bomb to right for Spiva as Lara pushes this one into left field, and he's aboard with a 1-out single. And then Dylan Wilkinson ended the scoring in the second inning, for Catawba with an RBI double down the left field line. A 1-out single for Carlos Lara, his first hit of the tournament. And the lineup turns back to the top of the order for Levi Perrell. 1 for 2 with an RBI today for Perrell. He's flied out to center, singled and driven in a run, and walked. The pitch elevated from Wren. 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. 8-3. Catawba leading, top of the 6th inning. Pick moved to first, not in time. No tag applied by Gibson. Outfield pinched in a bit. The line's open. Gibson holding the runner at first base while Velez plays even with the bag at third. Pitch upstairs for a ball to Perrell, 2-0. Another classic uniform combination kind of day, and that is no doubt Jim Gant's dream as a baseball purist. Gray jerseys for the road team, pristine home whites for the home team and the Newberry Wolves. The 2-0. A strike on the outer half, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Catawba looking to play add-on against the 15th ranked Newberry Wolves here in the top of the 6th. The pitch. Misses low for a ball, 3-1. Well, the loser of this one will face Carson-Newman tomorrow at 11 a.m. The winner is off till 6:30 tomorrow night. They get the winner of Queens and Lenore-Rhine in the final game of Saturday's action. The pitch swung on, driven through the left side of the infield. That's a base hit. Station to station goes Laura. Perel has a multi-hit day with his second single. And the Indians have 2 aboard in the top of the 6th. Newberry does have an arm getting loose in its pin. It appears to be Rylan Brown who's warming up. But first, Chevy Wren will pitch to Luke Spiva. Spiva has a warning track fly out to right, a pop-up to third as he takes for a strike, and the lefty hit the grand slam home run back in the second. That blew the barn doors off the thing. Wren up over 55 pitches now. 4 hits and 2 runs allowed, both earned. Trying to extend this relief outing. He deals. And Spiva takes a strike. He's in a 0-2 hole. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Outfield back into the right for the power-hitting Spiva. There's an opportunity here to drive in his 32nd run of the season with 1 out and 2 on in the top of the 6th. Wren checks on the runner at second and pitches. And Spiva shoots it opposite field, but foul to left and out of play, 0-2. The shift on for the infield. The second baseman, Lugo, is square in the middle of the hole, while the shortstop, Marine, is maybe 5 yards to the left of the second base bag. Big time gap through the left side if Spiva can poke one opposite field. The 0-2. Spiva swings and tanks this one down the right field line, but it is twisting foul and almost out of the park. It hit a Shoney's sign on the fence in foul ground and then kicked back in. I mean, that is at least 370 feet down the right field line. But Spiva has clearly been seeing things well today. This is a big park. It is not a home run hitter's park, but when they fly out, it is impressive. The 0-2. Spiva swings, lifts it deep to right field. Going back, LeBron. He looks up and gives up. Luke Spiva goes yard for the second time today. He's driven in 7. And it's an 11-3 lead for the Indians off the 3-run blast to right. Luke Spiva on a 2-strike pitch. An 0-2 pitch after he fouled 2 off. Puts his second home run of the day on the Pioneer porch. And that is the end of the road for Chevy Wren. Luke Spiva has given Catawba an 8-run lead with a 2-home run day, a grand slam, and a 3-run nuke. Indians in the driver's seat, 11-3 here on the SAC Digital Network.
Hometown Ticketing makes it fast and easy to buy tickets on your school's website or in the new Hometown Fan app. It's simple. Just search for your school, buy your tickets, and they'll be right there in your account, ready to be scanned when you get to your event. Download the Hometown Fan app today.
soon as you win the state championship, you start getting calls and emails and brochures sent to you from all these ring companies. We'd already talked for a long time that the first one we got here at BA, it was going to be the biggest thing we could find. Right? It was going to be the biggest ring we could get. You know, we wanted to make this a celebration for the community, right? For our administration, for our school, right? And then to honor the kids. It's a big deal anytime you win a state championship in any sport.
Well, Catawba has hit the launching pad in this contest with the Newberry Wolves. The Indians, a three-home run day, and Luke Spiva has two of them as he chases Chevy Wren from the contest to bring in Rylan Brown. Brown, the third pitcher of the day for the Wolves. He's 4-2 with 37 2/3 innings of work, giving up 38 hits, 21 runs, 19 of them earned, with 13 walks and 23 strikeouts. And Brown will start things off against Dylan Driver, who's 1 for 3 with a single, a ground out, and a double play ball. He swings at the first pitch, spikes it in the grass, picked up by the first baseman, Gibson, and he makes the play at the first base bag all by himself. 2 away. And Henderson Lentz comes up. Strikeout, hit batter, ground out on a bunt. 11-3 Catawba leads thanks to Spiva's 3-run moonshot to right. The pitch. A strike to Lentz at the belt, 0-1. Well, Newberry took all 3 regular season meetings from the Indians. The pitch. Bounce towards short. Marine charges. It slips off of his glove. And Henderson Lentz is safe. That was going to be a tough play for the league's player of the year. And we'll await the ruling. Hit or error. That was a long run for Braylon Marine. And no throw to first as he booted it. Brings up Dylan Wilkinson. As we wait on the official scoring, call it an infield single. So an infield single to short for Henderson Lentz. And Wilkinson takes the first pitch, strike, 0-1. Definitely not a routine play for Braylon Marine, a long run. And even if he got it into his glove, going to be a tough play at first against Lentz. Brown deals off the plate away, 1-1. You can close the line on Chevy Wren. 4 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs all earned with a walk and a strikeout. The 1-1 on the way. And it's pulled into the hole at second. Gobbling it up is Lugo, and a soft toss to Gibson at first puts away Wilkinson 4-3. But the Indians do more damage. 3 runs off of 4 hits, including the 3-run blast from Luke Spiva to give the Indians an 11-3 lead on the Wolves. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Terrence, Marine, Gibson looking to jumpstart it for Newberry. After this on the SAC Digital Network.
Dear college sports.
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us and for college sports.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela Burgess. An incredible finish by Hall.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org/opportunity.
St. St. Terrence will try to get things started for 15th ranked Newberry here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the Wolves, ranked 8th in the first Southeast Region poll, probably in need of some wins here at the tournament if they're going to make the postseason tournament for the NCAA. As Gracer comes in and starts off St. Terrence with a breaking pitch for his strike, 0-1. Catawba Indians, who have been a mainstay in the Southeast Regional over the last decade, the 0-1, fired off the plate away for a ball, 1-1. On the outside, looking in right now at just 29-22. An off year for Jim Gant's team. Granted, had to replace a lot from last year, but Catawba would need to win this thing to go to the NCAA tournament. Here's a line drive to straightaway center field. Driver was playing in, and he races in, reaches up with his left hand, and snares it around his head to retire Terrence on a line drive. Driver shaded perfectly, and he gets under it to make the out. One out, bottom of the 6th. Now comes Braylon Marine. The SAC Player of the Year is 2 for 3 today with an RBI single and a double to left and with a run scored. The left fielder Spiva playing him way back. A first pitch strike issued by Marine at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Bases empty, bottom of the 6th. The wind and the delivery. Gracer hits the edge of the zone for a strike on the outer half, 0-2. Catawba does have an arm getting loose in its pin. A left-hand pitcher. Swinging a tapper foul off of third. Keeps the count at 0-2. Looks like Kenny Dolinger, who's warming up. The pitch. Check swing and a pitch downstairs. 1-2 to Marine. Gracer, the 4th pitcher of the day for the Indians. He's at an inning and a third. No Catawba pitcher today has gone longer than 2 innings. The 0-2. Bounce through the right side of the infield. That's a base hit for Braylon Marine. The SAC Player of the Year working on a 3-hit day. As he punches that one through the right side of the infield. And gives gives the Wolves a 1-out base runner in the bottom of the 6th. Sends Henry Gibson to the plate. 1 for 2 with an RBI single. Lefty with an open stance, swings at the first pitch, floats it in the air to right center field. Driver sprinting over to the alleyway. He reaches up on the run to grab it, and Gibson's retired off of 1 pitch. Now, Driver has made both the putouts in this inning. A line out to straightaway center, a fly out to right center. And 2 out with 1 on for Bo Thompson. Been aboard twice today with a walk and a single. He's also struck out looking. That into the 4th. Bottom 6, 2 out, 1 on. The first pitch. Change-up poured in for a strike of the belt. 0-1. Gracer sets at the letters and deals. Upstairs for a ball, 1-1. The winner of this one faces the winner of tonight's nightcap between Queens and Lenoir-Rhyne, 2 teams that are in the double elimination tournament portion of the SAC tournament for the first time in some time. Queens has never made it to the SAC tournament since starting a baseball program 4 years ago. The Bears were the 6th seed last year and got ousted in the opening round by Coker. The pitch up in the zone for a ball, 2-1. But LR, Bears ranked in the top 30 in the country this year and trying to make it to the double elimination tournament. They've been in the play-in game a few times over the last few years, but always got eliminated. Here's a swing and a line out to right. And Thompson flies out to Lentz to finish off the frame. So Newberry can't do anything with a one-out single for Braylon Marine. We head to the 7th. Miller, Mills, and Davis for the Indians, leading 11-3 over the Wolves here on the SAC Digital Network.
Every student comes to Wingate with a story. I know I did. Our students come from all walks of life.
They come to us as young people with hopes and dreams of their own. They're looking to Wingate to become the best version of themselves, and that's what we do.
The effect that Wingate has on me is compounded by the effect I have on the world after I leave Wingate.
Because making a difference is fundamental
to what we are as a university
and who we are as people.
Miller leads off the top of the 7th with a rope into left center field, a leadoff knock for Zach Miller. He follows up his home run from his last at-bat with a single into left center. And Catawba in business to start off the top of the 7th inning. Newberry swept the regular season from the Indians, and for the most part, they weren't close games. Started with a doubleheader on Friday as a pitch upstairs to Mills is taken for ball 1-0. Wolf was expecting a bunt to be laid down. Newberry won that game 6-5 before the Wolves rolled 9-3 and 10-0 to close the series. Bunt shown, and Mills keeps it around for a strike, 1-1. So Mills being tasked with dropping down a sacrifice bunt to move Zach Miller over. Everybody creeps in as Mills squares, pushes it back to the mound. The pitcher, Brown, fields his position and throws to first to Gibson to put out Mills, but it's a successful sacrifice bunt to move Miller over to second base. Catawba trying to extend the lead. It's 11-3 Indians in the top of the 7th inning. And Braxton Davis comes to the plate. RBI single and 2 pop-ups to his name today. 1 to second, 1 to right. Has an opportunity here with a runner in scoring position. First pitch to him is on the outside edge for a strike, 0-1. Well, how the tables have turned for Catawba in this tournament. Through the first 7 1/3 innings against Mars Hill yesterday, the Indians were 1 for 13 with runners on base. The 0-1 hit in the air. It will get out of the infield into shallow right field. The second baseman, Lugo, takes charge over the right fielder, LeBron, and makes the grab in the outfield grass to put away Braxton Davis. Well, Catawba would finish that game with Mars Hill 3 for 6 with runners on base, as they scored 6 times over the final 3 innings of regulation before walking it off on a failed pickoff attempt in the bottom of the 10th to win 7-6 over the Lions. And here today, phenomenal with runners on base. 6 for 13, 4 for 7 with runners in scoring position. The pitch. It's on the inner half for a strike to Carlos Lara. He singled and scored a run his last time up. Brown an inning and a third in relief. He's throwing strikes. 13 pitches, 11 in the zone. The 0-1. Swing and a miss for strike two. Laura's in a 0-2 hole. A loser of this one plays Carson-Newman tomorrow. The winner gets Lenore Rhine or Queens, whoever wins that game in the nightcap. The 0-2. Taken for a called third strike on the inner half, and Laura takes a seat looking. Catawba strands what is just its fourth base runner of the day. They lead it 11-3 as we head to the bottom of the seventh inning here on the SAC Digital Network. Michael Gracer is back on the bump to go to work for the Catawba College Catawba Indians. 2 innings of 2-hit shutout ball for Gracer. He is the first Catawba pitcher of the day to last longer than an inning and 2/3. First pitch strike to Donovan Ford issued by Gracer, and it's 0-1. And that's been the tale of the tape today for Catawba in this, not only today, but in this tournament. The 0-1 is bounced towards short. Staying back on it is Perrell, and he puts it on time and on target throw to first to beat out Ford by a step and a half. 6-3 the put out goes, 1 up, 1 down for Ian Clements. Well, if you'll remember yesterday for the Indians against Mars Hill, it was 5 shutout innings from the bullpen after Greg Brown gave up 6 runs in a start. And the Pen today, they've given up 2 runs, but they've also had plenty of run support to work with, too. Pitch upstairs to Clements, 1-0. Gwynn gave up a run on a Clements hit and run as he bounces 1 to third. Twirling around is Mills, who rifles to first to put away Clements. 2 up, 2 down on 4 pitches. Indians protecting an 8-run lead here in the bottom of the 7th. Now comes JoJo Lugo. So you've gotten a substantial amount of work from your pen for the Indians, and you wonder where the pitching will go as the tournament wears on, considering that you've already used 8 arms. There's a first pitch strike to Lugo, 0-1. But at this point, Catawba starting the tournament 2-0, up 8 runs here in the top of the 7th, or the bottom of the 7th, pardon me. Pitch floats high to Lugo, 1-1. Winner gets Lenore Rhine, who's mate or Queens, the 1-1. Downstairs for a ball, 2-1, whoever wins the nightcap. Queens, this is their first ever SAC tournament. New program, just 4 years old. The 2-1 pitch. Bounce towards second, scooped up by Laura, and flipped to first in time for Davis to complete a trio of ground ball outs for Michael Gracer. He's retired 5 consecutive. We head to the 8th. Catawba in the driver's seat, 11-3 on the Newberry Wolves here on the SAC Digital Network. The Catawba College Catawba Indians are in the driver's seat to advance to the winner's bracket of the South Atlantic Conference Tournament, while Newberry needs 8 runs with 6 outs to get them to potentially extend this game. 11-3, the Indians lead. A 7-run second is the difference maker. But Catawba has used the long ball effectively. A solo bomb in the 4th for Zach Miller, as Rylan Brown starts things off against Levi Perrell. And the first pitch is flied out to right. Bit of a run for LeBron from right, but he shuffles into the alleyway and gets under it on a solid lope to retire Perrell. 1 up, 1 down on 1 pitch. Catawba trying to keep the bats cooking. They've used the long ball, including this dude. And I do use the word dude intentionally. 7 driven in today for Luke Spiva, who takes a first pitch strike, complemented by a grand slam home run and a 3-run home run. Came into the day with 27 driven in, and he's up to 34 as he takes a big cut to fall into a 0-2 hole. It took a Jake LeBron leaping, diving grab into the wall and right to keep him from a double in his first at-bat, too. He's also hit a soft pop-up to the left side of the infield. Newberry has the shift on as Spiva takes low and away for a ball, 1-2. The center fielder, Terrence, is back into the right center field alleyway. LeBron is maybe 10 feet in front of the warning track and right. Ford more or less straight away and left. The 1-2 on the outside edge for a strike, and Spiva takes a seat looking. So Rylan Brown gets a hard out there, and there's 2 away with the bases empty. Spiva frozen with a pitch at the waist on the outer half. That sends up Dylan Driver. Driver 1 for 4. Single. Ground out to short. The pitch up and in for a ball, 1-0. Grounded into a double play and grounded out to first base unassisted to get to his 1 for 4 effort today. Here's the pitch. It's in there for a strike, 1-1 to Driver. 1 ball, 1 strike, bases empty with 2 out, top of the 8th. Catawba leading Newberry 11-3, the pitch. That misses low for a ball. It's 2-1. Loser gets Carson-Newman tomorrow at 11 a.m. Winner gets the winner of Lenore-Ryan and Queens tomorrow in the nightcap at 6:30. The 2-1 finds the plate for a strike at the belt, 2-2. This is Queens' first tournament. Lenore-Ryan is in the double elimination section for the first time since 2009. So unfamiliar territory for those two coming up in the nightcap tonight. Brown squeezes it low to load the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Gave up a leadoff single to Zach Miller to start the 7th. Since then, he's retired 5 straight. Here's the 3-2. Swing a ripper up the left field line. That's good for a base hit. And Driver wants extra bases as it rattles into the corner. Driver stands on second with a 2-out double. An extra base hit for the Indians is their 12th knock of the day. As Driver squeezed it inside the third base bag past Velez, and Ford, he had to race over to it to keep Driver to 2 bases. So Henderson Lentz comes up looking to play add-on. Brown wheels and deals. Low for a ball, 1-0. $11 runs off of 12 hits for the Indians, 2 errors and 4 left. And Newberry, meanwhile, probably wondering what if. Wolves haven't taken advantage of base runners as Lentz grounds this ball sharply to second. Lugo into the hole to scoop it up. Gets to his feet and throws him out 4-3 at the first base bag. to Gibson. So the Wolves work around the two-out double for Dylan Driver. The Indians strand their fifth base runner. Newberry's left 11 on base. Wolves try to get something going. They need 8 runs over the next 6 outs to extend this game. It's 11-3 Catawba headed to the bottom of the 8th. You're on the SAC Digital Network.
7 years ago, our fathers brought forth...
It was Mr. Hines who made me want to become a teacher.
And then I said, that's one small step for man, one giant leap. And that's why we don't try this at home. Any questions?
He inspired me. But it was LMU that helped me turn that dream into a reality. 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent.
Mars Hill University, helping you move your mountain.
Mars Hill University gives me plenty of degrees to choose from.
At MHU, I get the attention I deserve.
MHU keeps me close to home, and there's tons to do in the mountains.
Over 60 courses of study, small class settings, a breathtaking campus. These are just a few examples of how MHU can help you start moving your mountain. Visit us today at mhu.edu. Mars Hill University, education that moves mountains.
Velez leads off the bottom of the 8th inning, taking a first pitch strike from Michael Gracer, who's fired 3 innings out of the bullpen for the Indians. And he dishes low and away for a ball, 1-1. Longest pitcher of the day for Catawba. Maddox Holzhauser went 2/3 of an inning and walked 3 in a start. Here's a swing and a fly ball out to left center field. Driver over to the alleyway, and he's able to stop underneath of it to put away Velez. And Mason Gwynn went an inning and 2/3, gave up 2 hits and a run. Ryan Street, an inning and 2/3, 3 hits and a run. But Gracer, he settled into a nice rocking chair. 3 1/3 innings of 2-hit shutout ball with a walk. And he's retired the last 6 he's faced until now, as Jacob LeBron ropes a single into right field. And he's aboard for the 3rd time today, the 2nd time via a base hit. So LeBron singles into right. Up comes Zane Terrence. 0 for 4 today. The first pitch to him is low for ball 1, 1-0. Well, Terrence is the only guy in the order today for Newberry who hasn't reached base. He's struck out twice and flied out to center twice. Double play depth with 1 out for the Indians defense as Terrence swings, grounds it to 3rd. Mills checks on 2nd, instead throws to 1st. In time to get the batter, Terrence. He's retired for a 5th time today. As LeBron moves over to 2nd. So it's at least a productive out. And textbook work from Mills to look on the runner. LeBron, just in case he could turn 2. Instead, 2 out, runner on 2nd. Braylon Marine up, taking low and away for a ball, 1-0. The SAC player of the year is 3 for 4. An RBI single, a double, and another single. He's gone every which way. Up the middle, down the left field line, and through the right side. Catawba has left a gaping hole in left center field for Marine to work with. Driver and Lintz are pinched in center and right. Gracer offers a strike on the outer half, 1-1. The 3rd baseman, Mills, has played no doubles defense, hugging the line beyond the 3rd base bag. And the shortstop, Perrell, is with his heels on the outfield grass in the hole at short. 2nd baseman, Lara, holding the runner, LeBron, there. The pitch on the outside edge for a strike, 1-2. The left fielder, Spiva, he's way back. Marine does have 8 home runs. Pardon me, just 2 home runs on the year. Gracer's given up 8 home runs. The pitch. Off the plate away for a ball. It's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Newberry with 4 outs to make up an 8-run deficit. Wolves have left 11 stranded on base today. They're 3 for 10 with runners in scoring position. Granted, the Wolves' hits today have been singles. Catawba's big hits have been bombs. The pitch, Marine spoils it foul off of first. Count holds at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Wolves have gotten a double from Braylon Marine. That's the only extra base hit in their 9 knocks. Meanwhile, Catawba's gotten a solo bomb and a 3-run blast and a grand slam. The pitch off the plate away for a ball. It's 3-2 to load the count. So even though the teams have kind of similar numbers, Catawba 4 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Wolves 3 for 10. Been the long ball that's easily driven in runs for the Indians. That coupled with Catawba early on taking advantage of walks and hit batters. The pitch is dropped. Ball 4 was off the plate. LeBron stays put on second base, not going to try to test Miller. And the Wolves have 2 aboard. So up comes Henry Gibson. 1 for 3 with a single and a walk. And Jim Gant out from the dugout. And Catawba will make the call to the bullpen after 3 2/3 innings of quality relief work from Michael Gracer. 3 hits allowed. He is responsible for the 2 runners on the base paths with 2 out here in the bottom of the 8th. But Gracer, solid work out of the pen as Catawba has had to string along pitchers here today in this second game of day 2 of the SAC Baseball Championships. We'll tell you about the Indians' new arm. It's Dollinger when we come back after this on the SAC Digital Network.
We're there to serve, make sure we're creating a fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official. It's the best decision I've made.
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. You know, I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just the game.
Get to be outside, get to experience the game. It's so much more fun. You can get a lot out of it.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
It helped me become not only a better official, but a better person.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And it's just been wonderful.
Kenny Dollinger is the 5th pitcher of the day for the Catawba College Catawba Indians. 10 1/3 innings of work out of the pen with a 6.97 ERA. 12 punch-outs in those 10 1/3 innings of work. Left-hand hitters, though, batting .571 against him. And that's who the lefty Dollinger comes into face. Normally you don't see those elevated numbers for the lefty-on-lefty matchups. And he'll go to work against Henry Gibson here with 2 out and 2 on in the bottom of the 8th. Newberry needs 8 runs with 4 outs remaining.
This is
Dollinger deals. The first pitch out of the zone for a ball, 1-0. Newberry has had base runners. The Wolves have only gone down in order once today, and that was the last inning. 3 straight groundouts in the 7th. The pitch Swung on, bounced back up the box. It's past reaching Laura and into center field. Cut off by Driver. Racing across home plate is LeBron. He scores standing, and it's down to a 7-run ball game. Second RBI of the day for Henry Gibson as he singles back up the box. And just outside the reach of Laura's glove at second allows LeBron to trot home. And the Wolves will try to keep the 2-out rally moving with Bo Thompson. 1 for 3. Dollinger deals. That's a slow roller out to second. Laura drops to a knee to scoop it up, and an underhand flip to Terrell at short to retire the lead runner, or the middle runner, pardon me, Gibson. 4-6 on the fielder's choice. That's how the bottom of the 8th comes to a close. Newberry does get 1 run back, though, 11-4. Indians lead it. We head to the 9th here on the SAC Digital Network.
You've got to see this place.
You gotta see this place. You've gotta see this place.
You 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 gotta see this place.
You've gotta see this place.
You got to see this place.
You gotta see this place.
You gotta see this place.
Catawba in the driver's seat, leading the Newberry Wolves 11-4. The 5 seed trying to score an upset over the 2nd-seeded Wolves, the 15th ranked team in the country. As Rylan Brown goes back to work on the bump, firing a first pitch low to Dylan Wilkinson for a ball for a 1-0 count to start. 11-4 Catawba. The majority of the damage, pitch downstairs, ball 2, came in the 2nd inning. Catawba sent 11 men to the plate, scored 7 times off of 4 hits, and jumped out to a big lead it hasn't relinquished. Luke Spiva has been the star as Wilkinson takes low, 3-0. He has a pair of round trippers to his name, a grand slam and a 3-run blast. He's driven in 7. A 3-0. That finds the plate for a strike, 3-1. Off the plate away, ball 4. Well, that'll be the end of the road for Dylan Wilkinson. The Indians have brought in a pinch runner. And that is Colby Hammer. So Hammer running at first base. With Zach Miller at the plate. Home run to his name as he fouls off the first pitch. 0-1. He tattooed one to left. Swing and a foul tip back to the backstop. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. A pinch running Colby Hammer at first base. Brown, the 0-2. Called strike 3, inner half. Miller takes a seat looking. And there's one away for Cameron Mills. Mills is officially 0 for 2. He has been aboard once with a walk and a run scored in the second. He struck out swinging, grounded out to first, and laid down a sacrifice bunt. Swings at the first pitch he gets, lifts it to right. LeBron barely has to move. Backpedals about 3 steps, and that puts out Mills. 2 up, 2 down. And Braxton Davis will look for a 2-out knock. And an RBI single is a part of that 7-run second for the Indians as he takes down Broadway for a strike, 0-1. But since then, he's hit 2 pop-ups that haven't left the infield and flied out to right. 1 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. The pitch. That's hit foul back into the right. Out of play. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 11-4. The pitch. Off the plate, away, ball 1. 11-4, Catawba leading. Indians looking to advance to the winner's bracket, where they would get the winner of the nightcap tonight, Queens and Lenore Rhine. The set and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So after issuing a leadoff walk, Brown deals and punches out 2 in the inning. But Newberry has its work cut out for it. Bottom of the 9th. Ford, Clements, Lugo will try to jumpstart a miracle for the Wolves against Kenny Dollinger. After this on the SAC Digital Network.
I pledge.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
Donovan Ford will try to ignite a titanic rally for Newberry, who trails Catawba 11-4 here in the bottom of the 9th. And a first pitch from Kenny Dollinger is in there for a strike, 0-1. Well, through 3 games, Dollinger working quickly. There's a swing and a shot back to the bump. Dollinger, the reaction to get it into his glove. He turns and throws to first in time to put away Ford. Well, what I was going to say is, so far this tournament, we have had some really entertaining 9th innings. Dollinger making that entertaining with the reaction to retire Ford. Wingate and Catawba have both already walked off in this tournament. There's a strike to Clements on the inner half. And Carson-Newman had a 9-6-2 put out at the plate to keep the tying run from coming in against Lincoln Memorial. Another strike, 0-2 to Clements. Does Newberry have a little magic in its back pocket to follow in turn? Here with some massive late inning dramatics. Here's a little flare. It's into right field. Clements is aboard for the second time today. His second knock. It's a 1-out single for Ian Clements, and that's the recipe for Newberry. Get base runners. First pitch to Lugo's in there for a strike, 0-1. He's got a single. 1 for 4 on the day. Here's the 0-1. Bounced foul off of third, 0-2. Big thanks to you for spending your Friday with us here on the SAC Digital Network. A special appreciation for our crew, our director Danny Wazorek, Richard Martin running replay, Brian White's on graphics. The 0-2. And then our camera crew, you've got 2 All-American swimmers for Carson-Newman on camera. Kaylee Morgan, the silver medalist in the 100 breaststroke. She's up on the high cam. Matthew George is in the well off of first. The 1-2. Hit foul by Lugo. Holds the count of the ball in 2 strikes. And then Tyler Bowens is on the third base camera. Glad that they've been doing good work, as has our crew all weekend long. Certainly appreciative of their yeoman's efforts. Here's a swing and a slash through the left side of the infield. Lugo has a multi-hit effort with his second knock of the day. A stinger through the left side, and there's 2 on with 1 out. Catawba leading 11-4. Can Newberry string together multiple hits? And the issue for the Wolves, they've had base runners. They've left 13 stranded. 4 for 12 with runners in scoring position. That's fairly respectable, but they've moved runners to third instead of scoring them from second, as the Wolves send up a pinch hitter in Faircloth. The first pitch, half swing. Did he come around? Yes, he did. Faircloth offers at it. 0-1. Faircloth hitting .323 this season. It does appear that he breaks the plane on the replay that we see. Replaces Velez, who was 0 for 2. He did get on twice. There's a swing and a bouncer foul off of third. 0-2, the count to Faircloth. Ball stayed in left field, and one of Newberry's players running hard to go track it down. Dollinger, the 0-2. This is flied into foul ground off of first, and it comes crashing down in the middle of Catawba's bullpen. Count holds at 0-2. Clements on second, Lugo on first. Faircloth with a pinch hit AB here in the bottom of the 9th. Newberry down 7 runs, 11-4. Wolves have scraped across single runs in the first, the third, the fourth, and the 8th. Catawba, a solo bomb in the 5th. And then Big Blast, a 7-run second, a 3-run 6th. The pitch, elevated for a ball to Faircloth, 1-2. Catawba has scored 8 of its 11 runs via the long ball. 7 driven in by Luke Spiva alone. The 1-2 pitch. This is hit in the air to shallow right field. It is a long run for Lentz. He sheds his cap and is able to settle under it to put away Faircloth. And now Newberry's down to its final out, needing 7 runs to extend this game. 11-4, Indians leading the Wolves. Lineup turns back to the top of the order for Jacob LeBron, who's working on a multi-hit day. 2 for 4 with a walk and a pair of singles. He's scored 2 runs. Dollinger deals. And LeBron takes upstairs for a ball, 1-0. This game, 2 hours and 43 minutes old. Dollinger sets at the belt and pitches. And it breaks inside for a ball, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Clements on second, Lugo on first. Newberry trying to ignite a massive 2-out rally down 7 runs in the bottom of the 9th. Dollinger deals. And it's a strike to LeBron, 2-1. For the Wolves, they've had 12 hits. They left 13 on base. Just 1 extra base hit. The pitch. Swing and a looper deep into the hole at second. Sprawling to his knees is Lara. He gobbles it up, twirls around, and throws out LeBron at first to end the game. Newberry leaves 15 stranded on base, and Catawba takes advantage of the long ball. 2 home runs from Luke Spiva to drive in 7, and a home run from Zach Miller to get it done for the Indians and move them on in the winner's bracket. Catawba will take on the winner of tonight's nightcap between Queens and Lenore-Rhine, while Newberry will face elimination against Carson-Newman tomorrow at 11 a.m. We'll break things down for you. Talk to Jim Gant and Luke Spiva when we return after this on the SAC Digital Network.
Not everybody's going to pick Catawba, but Catawba can be a place for anybody.
You can find a sense of belonging. You can find your people here, and it can be whatever you make it.
If you want to transform into the person you have the potential to be,
If you aspire to inspire the world around you and others, if you want to discover a sense of belonging and make it what you want, there's a place for you here.
Catawba College is waiting. Are you ready?
Excellence, integrity, care, curiosity. These are the values that define who we are. A community of thinkers, competitors, and achievers passionately pursuing the path of a purpose-driven life. Because at Lenore-Rhine University, we are called to greatness. We are LR.
Hometown Ticketing makes it fast and easy to buy tickets on your school's website or in the new Hometown Fan app. It's simple. Just search for your school, buy your tickets, and they'll be right there in your account, ready to be scanned when you get to your event. Download the Hometown Fan app today.
As soon as you win the state championship, you start getting calls and emails and brochures sent to you from all these ring companies. We'd already talked for a long time that the first one we got here at BA, it was going to be the biggest thing we could find. Right? It was going to be the biggest ring we could get. You know, we wanted to make this a celebration for the community, right? For our administration, for our school, right? And then to honor the kids. It's a big deal anytime you win a state championship in any sport.
Catawba prevails by a final score of 11-4 over the Newberry Wolves. Both teams have 12 hits, but it's the Indians who use a trio of long-distance dedications to get the job done over the Wolves by a final score of 11-4. Luke Spiva drives in 7 and hits 2 nukes, while the Indians also get a home run from Zach Miller, a complete effort by Catawba, especially out of the pen. So the Indians prevail. Michael Gracer doesn't get the win in this one, but he was very effective pitching. 3 2/3 innings of relief, gives up 3 hits and a run with 2 walks, while Mason Gwynn goes an inning and 2/3. He gets the win to improve to 3-3 as Jim Gant is making his way to prepare for the post-game interview. All right, we are joined alongside the head coach of the Catawba College Catawba Indians, Jim Gant. Jim, let's talk Luke Spiva. A grand slam, a 3-run blast. He hit 1 ball foul off the Shoney sign and had another extra base hit robbed at the wall. What'd you see out of your left-handed left fielder?
Well, he had some good swings all day. Thank goodness, because he kind of carried us. Our starting pitcher, a little apprehensive. We had to make a change quickly, but Luke kind of gave us some breathing room, let us relax a little bit.
For a second consecutive game, you get some quality innings out of your pen. Obviously would have liked Maddox Holzhauser to go a little bit longer. What about the effort of Gwynn, Street, Gracer, and Dollinger to get the job done down the stretch?
Yeah, we're just looking for outs, especially once we get a lead, and those guys came in and did that for us. We've kind of had to pitch that way most of the year. If some of our guys are a little bit apprehensive or can't throw strikes early, we just make a move, and then we'll use them again next time. But Gracer, I think, was probably the difference in the game right there. Gwynn stopped the bleeding for a second, and then Gracer gave us some quality innings, and Street always does. He just comes in and fills up strike zone. Sometimes that's too much of a strike thrower, but he did a good job.
You took on a Newberry team that has been at the top of the country in terms of sacrifice hits and stolen bases throughout this season. What did you do to control the ground game? That really didn't come to fruition today for them.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is getting out front. I believe it's Luke Spiva hitting a grand slam and a 3-run homer, and then that kind of takes the bunt away a little bit. So we take that away, and it just worked out for us today. They're a great team. They beat us 3 times earlier in the year and really embarrassed us. And we went home and I had to rethink some things. That was pretty much rock bottom after that weekend down there. But they'll be back. They're a great team.
You get the winner of the nightcap tonight, Queens and Lenore Rhine, in tomorrow's nightcap. A bit of a rest for your club now. How do you use this time preparing for a winner's bracket game on Saturday night?
Yeah, we'll definitely get some rest tonight. Maybe eat something good in a little bit after the award ceremony. But we do got to get up and move around tomorrow. We can't lay in the hotel in the bed. That's not good for anybody. So the two teams one of the two teams we'll play is going to be a tough foe, so we got to get rested all we can.
All right, Jim. Thanks for the time. Congrats on a win.
All right, thank you.
That is Catawba head coach Jim Gant as the Indians prevail by a final score of 11-4 over the Newberry Wolves. The guy that did the majority of the damage was Luke Spiva. 2 home runs, 2 nukes that were placed ever so delicately on Pioneer porch out beyond right field. And Luke Spiva's 2 home runs end up driving in a whopping 7 of the 11 runs for the Indians on the day. And we are pleased to be joined now by the guy that hit the blast. Luke, have you taken up residence on Pioneer porch yet after hitting a grand slam and a 3-run blast? What were you seeing at the plate today?
I was just seeing blood, honestly. We had some great at-bats yesterday, just to tick off. And today, saw the ball really well in the cage, transfer it to the field.
Certainly appeared that way. You didn't get the production initially in your first at-bat. LeBron robbed you of extra bases, banging off the wall. What was your approach like to not get frustrated, carry through and hit a grand slam your next time up?
It's been like that all year. A lot of line-outs, but that's just baseball for you. So just took a deep breath, big situation, got in the box, got what I was looking for, and drove it.
That put you up 6-1. What did that do for this team's confidence against a Newberry team that has small-balled teams to death this season?
Well, when you get up like that early, it takes away the stolen bases, takes away a lot of the bunt chances, because you can't take a chance of moving a runner and getting 1 run there. And they did a good job of staying in it for a little bit, but just, I mean, the confidence is amazing.
All right, Luke, thanks for the time. Congrats on a two home run, 7 RBI day.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
That is Catawba left fielder Luke Spiva as the Indians pick up an 11-4 win over the Newberry Wolves. Spiva, the hero of the day, 2 for 5 with 7 driven in. Multi-hit days all over the place for the Indians. Perrell had 2 and drove in a run. Zach Miller had 2 hits and drove in a run. Pretty much everybody who hit in the order, with the exception of the third baseman, Cameron Mills, had a hit today. And that, even at that, he scored a run. He got on base with a walk, and he laid down a sacrifice bunt. So Catawba, very productive through the order. Newberry was productive too, but so much of the Wolves' game offensively is predicated on their ability to bunt and move people over, and Catawba getting up big took that off. 12 hits on the day for Newberry, but they never could string together the big bat to drive in a runner from second. They'd move him over to third. Really, if you look at the line scores, you'd think that this was a pretty close game. Both teams had 12 hits. Catawba had 2 errors to 1 for Newberry. Both teams walked some batters, but the Wolves strand 15 on base and go 4 for 14 with runners in scoring position. Catawba really took advantage of its opportunities, going 4 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Well, still to come, we've got the awards presentation for you. That's headed your way when we come back after these messages on the SAC Digital Network.
Dear college sports,
there's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal, and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us and for college sports.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30, touchdown. Michaela Burgess. An incredible finish by Hall.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org/opportunity.
Back on the SAC Digital Network, Adam Cavalier, happy to have you on hand as we get set for the awards ceremony, and Michael Wattrang will bring that to you.
Welcome to the 2022 South Atlantic Conference Baseball Championships Award Ceremony. Presenting today's award is South Atlantic Conference Associate Commissioner Christian Stryker. An event like this does not occur without the assistance of several people. We would like to thank the Tennessee Smokies Vice President Jeremy Bowler, General Manager Tim Bolt, and the Smokies staff for their hard work and support. We would also like to thank the athletic staff personnel from Carson-Newman University, this year's host institution. These individuals put in countless hours to help make this a first-class tournament for both the teams and the fans. At this time, we would like to recognize all of our award winners from a very exciting SAC baseball regular season. We would first like to honor all of the seniors that have been competing in their final season. We thank each of these student athletes for the contributions they've made to their schools, both in athletics and academics. In order to receive the Senior Recognition Award, a student athlete had to compete in the sport at a SAC institution for a minimum of 2 years. Will all of the seniors here today please come forward and be recognized when your name is called? We begin with
Dylan Wilkinson, Zach Miller, Adam Dawsonbach, and Maddox Holzhauser. Ladies and gentlemen, the seniors from Catawba. Our next group of seniors are from Lenore-Rhine. Hayden Gresham, Ryan Healy, Caleb Fluno, Luis Attilis, Matt Mackey, Cannon Butler, Andy Lopez, Ben Freeble, Luke Henson, Nick Clarno, and Andrew Patrick. Ladies and gentlemen, the seniors from Lenore-Rhine. Next, the seniors from Newberry. Dylan Brazel, Ian Clements, Zane Terrence, and Bo Thompson. Ladies and gentlemen, the seniors from Newberry. Next, we would like to honor the seniors from Queens. Alec Hunter, Alex Sexton, Anthony Molinari, Broadus Roberson, Carter Foster, Chris Ragosta, Daniel Bagwell, Griffin Hughes, Nick Charlson, Jordan Briones, Landon Wright, Michael Caveni, Riley Cheek, Tanner Jacobson, and Caleb Staley. Ladies and gentlemen, the seniors from Queens. Finally, we would like to recognize the seniors from Wingate. Jed Bryant, Justin Guy, Grayson Chapman, Riley Edwards, Garrett Christopher, Matt Kalari, Logan McNeely, Jordan Penley, and Chris Macca. Ladies and gentlemen, the seniors from Wingate. Moving to the South Atlantic Conference's Elite 20 Award, This award honors the student athlete with the top cumulative GPA based on a minimum of 48 credit hours, who is competing at the final site of each of the conference's 20 team championship sports. These awards are modeled after the NCAA's Elite 90 Award, and the selection criteria for the SAC Elite 20 Award is similar to that of the NCAA's Elite 90 Awards. This year's winner for baseball, from Queens with a GPA of 4.0 in biology, Jordan Briones. Congratulations, Jordan. We will now recognize the 2022 SAC All-Defensive Team. Please come forward as I call your name. From Newberry, right fielder Jacob LeBron. From Newberry, center fielder Zane Terrence. From Mars Hill, left fielder Kyle Jenkins. From Wingate, first baseman Mitch Ferris. From Newberry, second baseman Jamar Lugo. From Newberry, shortstop Braylon Marine. From Lenore-Rhine, third baseman Eric Ramirez. From Wingate, catcher Logan McNeely. And from Wingate, pitcher Austin Mitchell. Congratulations to the 2022 South Atlantic Conference All-Defensive Team. It is now time to recognize the 2022 SAC Baseball All-Conference teams as voted by the league's head coaches. First, for the All-Conference third team, please come forward as I call your name. Outfielder from Lenore-Rhine, David Bell. Outfielder from Newberry, Jacob LeBron. Outfielder from Queens, Dylan Lewis. From Wingate, first baseman Mitch Ferris. From Newberry, second baseman Jamar Lugo. From Coker, shortstop Phil Griffer. From Newberry, third baseman Jonathan Velez. From Anderson, catcher Carlos Hernandez. From Virginia Wise, DH Tyler Campbell. From Wingate, starting pitcher Josh Dotson. From Newberry, starting pitcher Ethan LeBron. From Lincoln Memorial, starting pitcher Patrick Queener. And from Wingate, relief pitcher Corey Avant. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2022 All-South Atlantic Conference third team. Now for the All-Conference second team. Outfielder from Lenore-Rhine, Wade Kuda. Outfielder from Tusculum, Zane Keener. Second baseman from Lenore-Rhine, Cole Laskowski. Shortstop from Carson-Newman, Micah Genter. Third baseman from Wingate, Isaiah Williams-Rem. A catcher from Lenore-Rhine, Nick Clarno. Starting pitcher from Wingate, Austin Mitchell. Starting pitcher from Carson-Newman, Matt Bradley. Starting pitcher from Lenore-Rhine, Andrew Patrick. And a relief pitcher from Catawba, Robbie Cowie. Congratulations to the 2022 South Atlantic Conference Baseball All-Conference second team. Now to the first team All-Conference, an outfielder from Queens, Nick Brassington. An outfielder from Wingate, Andrew Motzinger. An outfielder from Newberry, Zane Terrence. At first base from Newberry, Henry Gibson. At second base from Wingate, Seaver King. At shortstop from Newberry, Braylon Marine. Catcher from Wingate, Logan McNeely. The designated hitter from Lenore-Rhine, Drew Yanesta. A starting pitcher from Wingate, Brody McCullough. A starting pitcher from Lenore-Rhine, Joshua Lanham. A starting pitcher from Catawba, Greg Brown. And a relief pitcher from Wingate, Sam Broderson. Ladies Ladies and gentlemen, your 2022 South Atlantic Conference Baseball All-Conference First Team. Now time for the individual awards. The South Atlantic Conference Freshman of the Year finished the regular season batting .380 with 12 doubles, 2 triples, and 2 home runs. He scored 25 runs and drove in 28 while swiping 7 bases. He finished the regular season with a .452 on-base percentage and a .620 slugging percentage. The 2022 SAC Freshman of the Year from Wingate, Seaver King. This season's SAC Pitcher of the Year finished the regular season with a league best 1.84 earned run average, as well as a conference best 94 strikeouts, averaging 17.27 Ks per 9 innings. He posted an 8-1 record, throwing 49 innings, allowing just 35 hits, 22 walks, and 14 runs on the mound. The 2022 SAC Pitcher of the Year from Wingate, Brody McCullough. The South Atlantic Conference's Player of the Year finished the regular season as the league leader in batting average, hits, doubles, triples, and RBIs. He's second in the conference in total bases and stolen bases, while being ranked in the top 10 in on-base percentage and slugging percentage. The 2022 SAC Player of the Year from Newberry, Braylon Marine. The South Atlantic Conference's Coach of the Year earns his second SAC Coach of the Year honor after guiding his team to a #1 national ranking and their 6th regular season title in program history. Under his leadership, his team has posted a 43-6 overall record, going 21-2 in the conference during the 2022 season. The 2022 South Atlantic Conference Coach of the Year from Wingate, Jeff Gregory. Finally, we would like to recognize the 2022 South Atlantic Conference Baseball Regular Season Champions, who finished with a league record of 21-2 and are currently 43-6. The 2022 South Atlantic Conference Regular Season Champions, the Wingate Bulldogs. Ladies and gentlemen, please give one more round of applause to all of the 2022 SAC Baseball Award winners.